No. I did not want to come on this app and just cry. But if I want to be encouraging to others, I have to also let you know that sometimes you do break. And you may not break down. I try to push others to have faith in God and push through. I didn't cry when the train stopped us from getting to therapy this morning. I didn't cry when they asked for a copay. I didn't cry until I watched a TikTok of someone who was a federal worker just like me and a mama just like me. And she was saying, today's the day before Halloween. And that just so happens to be my daughter's favorite holiday. And this morning she was looking on Amazon trying to use her money to buy a costume. And this lady on TikTok was saying how she has 4 kids. And she can't buy their costumes. So I got my son to school. And when I dropped him off, I pulled over this church parking lot because this system is so broken. The system is so broken that even those who serve are being forgotten about.
I got a few things to say. One, hold on, let me turn my camera on. One, it's a darn shame that this is happening, right? It's a darn shame that this is happening. For one, what Democrats are doing right now is absolutely ridiculous. And they're going on every single show that they possibly can and try to point the finger at Republicans. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to drop a YouTube short on of CNN actually calling out Hakeem Jeffries on his lie, right? He went on CNN and was like, well, this is Republicans' fault. Republicans have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the presidency. And I believe it was Dana Bash on CNN correctly pointed out, well, actually, it's Democrats that keep voting no. Republicans are voting yes. Democrats are voting no, right? And you can see he gets kind of angry, but you'll have to check that out on the other channel, the Doc Rich channel. But yeah, what they're doing is absolutely disgusting. Here's another thing. Let this be a life lesson for any and all federal workers. Your pay could be cut at any moment. And it's best that you have 3 to 6 months of a rainy day fund. Now, I know that is tough. That can be tough. Very, very tough. But it's something that everybody in this country should be working towards. A rainy day fund. 3 to 6 months of funds that cover all of your expenses. All of your expenses. Where if something like this happens, you know, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I got 4 months. I got 4 months stocked up of payments, of my house payments, car payments if you have them, you know, whatever else, right? Bills. You got 3 to 4 months, 3 to 6 months, really. 6 months, obviously better. Once you get past that, you should probably start investing. But hey, listen, I'm no financial expert. Consult somebody else. But in my humble opinion, you should have 3 to 6 months of a rainy day fund. And that's something that everybody in this country should be working towards at all times. Even if that means, hey, we're going to have to buckle down. We're going to have to strap down. We're going to have to eat some ramen noodles, 3 times a week. Hot dogs, right? We're going to have to shop at, the dollar store, right? We're going to have to shop at one of those places for a few months so we can build up this fund. Do whatever it is that you have to do. That's legal, of course, legal. Get a second job, whatever, to build up that 3 to 6 months of a rainy day fund. Trust me. You will be thanking yourself that you did it, that you made those sacrifices, working that overtime, or, eating hot dogs 3 times a week or ramen noodles 4 times a week. You will thank yourself that you did it the next time that you run into a time of hardship. You will be thanking yourself. Here's the other thing. Halloween is a luxury. It is not a necessity. Now, I understand for the kids, absolutely, we always want to make sure the kids are happy, but most of all healthy, right? But also happy, and they can have fun and do the things that kids do, right? We always do. But at the end of the day, Halloween is just a luxury. And I feel like in this country, we've gotten away from realizing how fortunate we genuinely are. There are people who forget about Halloween. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. They ain't got no food banks near them, right? There's people in other countries who literally might eat every 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important to understand and realize that we are very fortunate. Now, I'm not saying that kids going without the Halloween costume isn't unfortunate, right? I mean, you do want the kids to have a little bit of fun, right? We don't want to see kids unhappy. Of course, you want to see kids smiling and having a good time. That's always a beautiful thing when kids have a smile on their face. And man, I love little kids that laugh that little kids always have. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. We've all heard like a little kid laugh, and it's so infectious. It is so infectious. It is one of the greatest gifts from God, man. It is beautiful. But also on the flip side, we got to recognize that Halloween is a luxury. It's not a necessity. Okay. I understand where she was coming from when she mentioned it, but it's a luxury.
This has been so broken. That even those who need help now that didn't need it before are still without it.
That's another great point. It's people like this that I actually feel bad for. People like this, as well as people who are genuinely disabled, I actually really, really feel bad for them. Because she's not somebody who's begging, who's like, yo, I want to live off my government assistance. Like, no, she's somebody who's working and is more than willing to work to earn her keep. It's just that she's not being paid. It's people like that I genuinely have a heart for, where I'm like, damn, man. Damn. Democrats ain't no good in this country, bro. No good. Democrat politicians are no good. It's people like this are genuinely suffering. People who want to work, who will bust their behinds to make sure that they put food on the table for their children, but they ain't being paid for the stuff that they're doing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I genuinely feel bad for it. Genuinely. I would venture to ask, where's the father of her children as well? Now, if they both work in are government employees, well, then that's a major problem. Goodness gracious. Sheesh. That would be a huge problem, but I would venture to ask, where's the father of your children? Because it's times like this where that person, whomever that is, hopefully her husband, should step up and make sure things happen, you know? Although this shouldn't be happening in the first place, but, you know, of course, Democrats don't really give a damn about people like this.
And I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. Don't let me get on here and make anyone believe that, like, people have not been looking out for me. I do not like to ask for anything. I will go and get it if I have to, but, I mean, I've been on food stamps before. I've been in low income housing. I remember at one point where my rent was $30. And I have come so far, and that took so much, and I am proud of myself for that.
You should be proud.
And I could not have done it without God. I could not have done it without my family and my friends. I could not have done it without every closed door and every open one. I could not. But there are some people who don't have that. And then you think, who are you to take or receive something from someone else when everyone is struggling? Everyone. And the shame that it brings when you shouldn't even be shamed, but it's like, it shames me that my daughter has to buy her own costume. To have to tell them we can't get that right now. We have to wait. Like, we don't know how long this will last. To know.
Nah, I mean, you should feel ashamed. That's not a bad thing. Especially in today's society where you got people who are flexing, living off of government assistance their entire life, who have zero shame whatsoever. Feeling a little shame, that's a good thing. That means you have morals. That means you have values. That means you bought your toilet and your ruler and you got your shit straight. And now things are going haywire. You're like, bro, I am ashamed. I am ashamed. This ain't me. I purchased my toilet and my ruler. I got my, you know what I mean? I've got it straight. And now things are getting thrown for a loop. Nah, listen. That is not, feeling ashamed, in my humble opinion, is not a bad thing. We need to make that great again. Bring back shame, right? Because I think that creates a better society where people who are in this position are ashamed, and it's motivating, and it's getting them even more active to try to get themselves back out of the situation. She talked about being on government assistance and getting herself out of that situation. And you know, like I said, buying that toilet and that ruler and getting her poop straight, right? That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. That's what you love to see. That's what you love to see. Not these people who will get on government assistance and living off of it and flexing it. Ooh, look at my food stamps. Making videos. Like, no, bro, you should be ashamed that you living off food stamps, bro. You should be ashamed that you live in Section 8 housing. You should be ashamed that your rent is $30. You should be ashamed. That's part of the problem with society today. Everybody's like, no, you can't shame them. Yes, I can. No, don't feel ashamed. No, yeah, you should feel that. You should feel ashamed. Absolutely. And you should let that shame motivate you to get out of the situation that you're in. Let me know in the comments if y'all agree.
Know that there's help coming now, but not to know when it'll end and when that help will run out. Like, all the arguments is people don't have jobs, people use the system. What about us that work for the system? We literally show up. And we literally had to go through all the process, the background checks, everything. We had to uphold.
People like you should not be not receiving a check. 1,000%. People like yourself are more than willing to work, have worked. You've bought your toilet and your ruler. You got your stuff straight. People like her I genuinely feel bad for. I genuinely feel bad for. And it genuinely angers me that Democrats are still trying to pull this nonsense. And honestly, I'm growing more and more to the side of maybe Trump should keep pushing for this nuclear option. Get rid of the filibuster so that Republicans can reopen the government since Democrats don't want to do it. And we can get these bills passed. We can make sure that government employees get their money. We can make sure that the SNAP program restarts again. Yeah, I know it could be a poison pill because if Democrats get back in control, they can go haywire. But listen, got to do what you got to do. And at the end of the day, if we do what we're supposed to do as Republicans, and I mean the politicians, I mean, I guess as well as us as well, but mainly the politicians, if they pass the bills that Uncle Trump is trying to implement, that Uncle Trump wants to pass, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video, America is going to be absolutely rocking. And I don't think anybody's going to sign up to change that. So Democrats aren't going to win. We're going to keep on rolling come 2028. J.D. Vance in office. Keep on rolling. You know what I mean? So I just have to be sure that we have 51 Republicans that are going to be on board. If we can find 51 Republicans that are going to be on board 1,000% with the Trump agenda fully, then let's rock. Let's rock. Let's go with the nuclear option. Let's get rid of the filibuster and let's get this government back open and let's get it rocking. Let's get all these bills passed. Let's ram them through, right? So they can be implemented and people can really feel the effects ASAP. What do y'all think, man? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate all of the continued love and support that you guys give to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Peace.